Hello, everyone, and welcome to Week 9 and the final week of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights football season. We will see the 3-5 Scarlet Knights take on the 2-5 Nebraska Cornhuskers. Let's get into it. Now, we'll start off with the Scarlet Knights, who are coming off their third win of the season, a 27-24 overtime win versus Maryland. This season, Rutgers is averaging 208 passing yards and 141 rushing yards on offense. And on defense, they're allowing 244 passing yards and 186 rushing yards. They have a turnover differential of +2, and they have 17 sacks and have allowed 16 sacks this season. And now on to Nebraska, who is coming off its fifth loss of the season, a hard-fought 24-17 loss to Minnesota. They're averaging 181 passing yards and 178 rushing yards this season on offense. And on defense, they're allowing 231 yards of passing and 175 rushing yards. They have a turnover differential of -8. They have 11 sacks this season and have allowed 13 sacks this season. Now on to the best case scenario, worst case scenario, and what I think is going to happen for the Scarlet Knights. First, I'll start off with the worst case scenario for Rutgers is that Nebraska is really able to pound the running game and they don't force many turnovers. The line of scrimmage is pretty even the entire game, and they are just able to run all over a Rutgers running defense that has looked not as great as it did in the beginning of the season. And on offense, whoever's the quarterback, whether it be Vegel or Sikowski, can't get anything going. The O-line isn't blocking well, and they're losing the line of scrimmage, and Pacheco can't get anything going. They can't get any ground game going, and Rutgers loses by multiple scores. Now, best case scenario for Rutgers is the linebackers and D-line really step up. They look like they did in the first couple games, especially in the first half of those games, where they're able to completely snuff the run game, and Nebraska ends up doing what is lost in a lot of games. They turn the ball over a lot, and then on offense, Rutgers really able to get the ground game going. Pacheco really sets up the offense. You see Sean Gleason, the offensive coordinator for Rutgers, get a few creative plays in there, and Rutgers wins by multiple scores. And what I think is actually going to happen, I don't think Nebraska will be able to run too much on Rutgers. Rutgers has a very good linebacker core, and they should be able to snuff out the run good enough. This is really going to come down to the passing game for Nebraska. If they can get anything going there, and I really don't think they will. If Rutgers gets a lot of turnovers, they're going to win this game. And I think they're actually going to force some turnovers. And I personally see Art Sikowski actually starting today, and he looked very good in the last 19 minutes, I believe, of the Maryland game. And Isaiah Pacheco also had a very good game. So if they can get that going, continue the momentum from last game, which they haven't been able to do in their last 2 wins, they haven't been able to bring the momentum into another game. But if they can do that, I think Rutgers has a shot, and I think they will. I think they've, at the middle of the season, they finally learned how to finish a game. They lost a few games. They were winning, and then they got that. Now I think this is really when they're going to learn to keep momentum rolling, get multiple wins in a row. It's going to be a very cold game, so I can see a lot of running, and when there is passing, it could be bad. It could be bad. It's very cold. But I think Rutgers ends up pulling this game out. Very low scoring. I think there's going to be a lot of running. Like I said, it's very cold. It's going to be, I think, in the single digits in Piscataway tonight. So I think Rutgers wins a close game, low scoring, something like 21-17 or 24-21. Now on to some predictions for the game. I think Rutgers holds Nebraska to under 150 passing yards. I don't think they're going to pass a lot. I think they're really going to rely on the run game, and their passing game has not been good in the first place this year in Nebraska. So I think they are going to get about 125 passing yards. I don't think they're going to get a lot of passing yards. And I also think the first team All Big Ten linebacker for Rutgers, Alakanke Fadakasi, is going to have a great game. I think he's going to have 15-plus sacks. He's already had about 2 games this year, and with a lot of running in this cold weather, I think he's really going to be able to have a very good game and really solidify that first team All Big Ten that he got this week. So, yeah, those are my predictions for Rutgers versus Nebraska. The final game, I mean, maybe you would see Rutgers in a bowl game. A 4-5 record in actual Big Ten play in a normal season would would have probably gotten them to a bowl game. I think they would be out of it right now, but you never know if a team backs out or if they start creating new bowl games. You never know, but I think this has been a very solid season for Rutgers. They have looked so much better than they have the past few years, and I'm excited to see how this team does in the future.